Specchem Specflow is a cement-based, non-shrinking, self-leveling floor underlayment designed for interior use. Spec Prime is a rewettable primer used to provide maximum adhesion and flowability by sealing the substrate. Spec Prime is formulated with a red dye as a helpful visual aid to achieve complete coverage. Specflow is a single-component product that produces a smooth subfloor that will accept floor coverings in as little as 12 to 18 hours after installation. Just mix Specflow with water, pour or pump, and it will seek its own level to produce a smooth, flat, hard surface. Tools required are a heavy-duty mixing drill, liquid measuring container, an empty 5-gallon mixing pail or large mixing container, broom to apply the Spec Prime, a level gauge tool or rake, safety glasses, gloves, cleanup water, and brushes. To prepare surface, follow all standard ACI recommendations. Remove all dirt, gas, oil, grease, asphalt, paint, curing compounds, and all loose surface materials. Do not use Specflow on painted or sealed surfaces. Apply Spec Prime once the substrate has been prepped. Spec Prime should be applied with a brush or broom to approximately 100 to 150 square feet per gallon. Brush out any puddles. Do not apply with a roller. Coverage will depend upon the condition and texture of the surface. Very porous surfaces will require 2 applications of primer. Allow Spec Prime to dry before applying Specflow. Pour 5 1/2 quarts of water into a mixing container. Then add 1 50-pound bag of Specflow. With a blending paddle attached to a heavy-duty drill, mix for 2 to 3 minutes until mixture is smooth and free of lumps. For pumping applications, mix for 1 to 2 minutes in the pump's mixing tank. Do not overwater or retemper. Specflow can be extended by adding 15 pounds of clean 3/8 inch pea gravel for each 50 pounds of product. First mix Specflow as provided in earlier instructions. During the last minute of mixing, add the required aggregate. Should a finish coat be required, apply a non-extended layer of Specflow. Allow the first layer to harden and re-prime the first pour with another layer of Spec Prime before applying the top coat. Pour Specflow over the substrate, spreading the material with a long-handled spreader. Specflow can be pumped using an appropriately sized grout pump. For more information on grout pumps and pumping, please contact Specchem. No troweling is necessary. Specflow will level itself during the first 15 to 20 minutes at 70 degrees Fahrenheit and will accept foot traffic in 2 to 4 hours, depending upon job site conditions. We recommend wearing cleated shoes when installing Specflow. Under normal conditions, floor coverings can be installed in 12 to 18 hours, depending upon job site conditions. All flooring adhesives compatible with concrete may be used on Specflow. Do not install Specflow when the average daily temperature is less than 40 degrees Fahrenheit. During hot weather, work quickly and use cold water for mixing, as the average working time will decrease. Use your leveling tool to spread the material at a consistent level throughout the pour. Section off the area to be leveled in equal-sized areas and create proper joint sections. Always pour liquid material back into wet Specflow. Tools, pumps, and equipment may be cleaned with water before Specflow hardens. Benefits of Specchem product. Specflow, when properly mixed, produces a flowable, self-leveling underlayment with a flow time of 20 minutes at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Can be feather-edged without fear of chipping or spalling. Self-leveling, requiring no troweling. Can be pumped or barrel mix. Produces a smooth, blemish-free surface requiring no grinding or sanding. Is compatible with subsequent adhesives for carpet, tile, and the like.